Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is G, and welcome to Monday Night Madness. Now, I thought I'd start it a little bit early. As I've said when I first started these streams, I don't necessarily have a schedule. I end it when I want and start it when I want. The schedule is just to remind people, really. But yeah, hello and welcome. We will quickly go through the chat because I do have, I don't know, an interesting video that I found and wanted to show people. Now, I will say before I do start this video, I am going to keep a lot of my opinions to myself, or just, everyone kind of, I guess, as well. You may have a reaction, of course, to it, as everyone has an opinion and a reaction. And there's sometimes, chained reactions, and there is a little bit of a storm out there as well. So, that might react as well. But anyway, before we get into that, hello and welcome, Roger the Pirate. I wonder how many people he's made walk the plank lately. We have the Stylesy being stylish as always and laying down the tiles. We have the Spaghetti Man himself. He's into his, I believe he's into his spaghetti westerns and all that stuff, right? We have AJ, the alphabetical man, in the house. And yeah, they're just, they're going highs and back and wondering what's going on. But anyway, I'll share this little video, which is quite interesting because it shows how two-faced people are. Hmm, what could I mean? Well, an individual that claimed, even though like who takes sides and stuff, you'd have to be a child in a playground to take sides, really. We're all adults as I assumed. But you know what they say, assuming is the assumptions are the mother of all fun cups, right? That's with a PH, just in case you misunderstand. But yeah, I guess I'll play it and let people have their own opinion. But this individual, I can share something after as well. Some of the stuff I don't know if I have access to, but this individual took my side and said what the other person. I don't even have problems with this person because I mean I have a life, they have a life. Why the hell would I, lose sleep over it? And bullying or me being in the wrong, that's up to anyone to decide. And yeah, really, I don't have a problem with this individual. I just take the piss a little or act a little bit silly, take the mickey. I'm sorry. We should try and keep this PG as we do around here. And and yeah, everyone should look forward to this video. And yeah, this person took my side and said that they supported me. And due to all the stuff that has happened recently, all of a sudden this video was released. Anyway, I'll share the screen and I'll play the video. So sit back, get your snacks, get your drink, and enjoy because you're in for a show. That's for sure. Because supposedly I'm a bully and an alcoholic, which is rather amusing to me. Anyway, here we go though.
You
Let me know if you can hear it as well. So yeah, the early bird gets the worm. Hey, everyone gets the exclusive content. So I will play this.
hello to Aussie and to my subscribers on YouTube. YouTube.
Oh,
Um,
no.
to Aussie does food review videos. He doesn't do personal attacks. It's just food review videos. Um, this guy G, an Englishman in Adelaide, does personal attacks or with having a go at two Aussie last night on his live stream. I've already done a video on this on Rumble. public video. Two Aussie is right. He doesn't do anything wrong, right? Now, G says, or Funkin' Hungry says, and G...
Sorry about the loading issues. I'll put it back a bit and
food review videos. This guy G, an Englishman in Adelaide, does personal tax. We're having a go at 2 Aussie last night on his live stream. I've already done a video on this on Rumble, a public video. 2 Aussie is right. He doesn't do anything wrong, right? Now, G says, or Funkin' Hungry says, and G, because one of his other channels, G, goes on about 2 Aussie from 2 years ago. Funkin' Hungry must have upset 2 Aussie, but 2 Aussies moved on. But the way he makes fun of people, I'm talking about Funkin' Hungry, is shocking, right? Not just 2 Aussie, but other people, right? So, anyway, I believe G is in the wrong, right? And there's a saying that you should laugh with people, not at people, right? And being a bit abusive. If alcohol causes him to be abusive, right, I'm glad I don't drink alcohol at all anymore, right? And if G was done videos on his live stream abusing me and abusive to me, right, in any way, I will report, contact YouTube and report him. I don't care, right? I don't put up with garbage from anyone, right? He should move on, right? 2 Aussie just does, and I support 2 Aussie. In general, all he does is food review videos, right? There's no personal attacks from 2 Aussie acts at all, and I've seen there's no personal attacks at all from 2 Aussie, but there's personal attacks from this guy, and it's wrong. So this is a video for 2 Aussie, and this Funkin' Hungry needs to wake up to himself. That's the G channel, which he did the dual live stream on, which he was attacking 2 Aussie last night. Thank you.
thank you. Wait a second. Hang on. Sorry, I was meant to do this reaction. What have I done? I'm sorry, Jason, aka the Bill, which is just him using the Bill because it's a it's a TV show. But sorry, Jason, I didn't mean to be rude about Brett to Ozzy. I love you too, Ozzy. Anyway, that was very interesting. Yeah, but I will also show this now. As I said, some of the information. Hello, Chris O, how are you? Some of the information may not be, I may not be able to find it. And yeah, sorry about the buffing. I don't know why the hell it was doing that. It said find out why video streaming quality results. The factors influence your streaming, including your choice of internet. I reckon. I reckon there was issues with the buffering and stuff because we've had storms and stuff. But I seem to be going okay. But maybe it's me sharing and just whatever. As Nelson likes to say, ha ha. But yeah, you know, yeah, I'm guessing that's why the storm may be causing issues. But I will share this as well. As I said, some of the information I won't have access to because it was probably discussed elsewhere on live streams, wherever it may be. But yeah, I will just point out everyone can, as I said, can have an opinion. I didn't do absolutely anything to this individual, so it's. I will point out as well, like supposedly I'm a bully and a terrible person, and I shouldn't say all this stuff. But for someone that claims don't bully and stuff, it seemed like a bit of a video that was doing a little bit of bullying themselves. It's like, and this person cries wolf quite a lot. Oh, people bully me and people do this to me. People make videos about me. Well, that's probably a little bit of karma there. And yeah, hello there, Mark. Sorry, I'm in I guess a little bit of a rant mode at the moment, if you can call it that. But yeah, don't throw stones in glass houses and all that sort of stuff. Like he's cried to me and other people about individuals making videos about him, and he goes and does it to other people. But this Jason fella is known to do a few videos like this, and over the time he's done various videos about him crying about people bullying him while he is technically bullying or being rude to other people. But I will share this. Just there's a little bit of a conversation that I had with this person on, if I can find it. I need to open this. Chrome. Probably have to do it in Chrome or Windows. If for some reason Discord doesn't want to come up, but I will open it up in Chrome. And yeah, sorry, the stream is a little bit different tonight. It's a little bit random, isn't it? But I thought I would might do this. It's definitely a little bit random, but that's what we like around here, isn't it? Random shenanigans. And yeah, I found it interesting that someone that makes those sort of takes the time to do those sort of hateful videos would say they if I say anything that they're going to contact YouTube. Well, maybe someone should contact YouTube and explain how he, you know, does all this crazy stuff because yeah, obviously the poor guy's a little bit lonely and doesn't really have much of a life going on, I guess. Um, I mean, at the end of the day, really, who cares? But it's I just wanted to point out a little bit of inconsistencies with these stories, these crazy stories that are being told. So I just will catch up on the chat while I'm just being amused here. Yeah, no worries, Mark. Happy lurking. I know there's a lot of people that lurk these days. Hello, lurkers, non-lurkers, and everyone in between. Yeah, but also, who doesn't get bullied? You know, who hasn't been bullied? And if you're gonna cry that you've been a victim of being bullied, then why would you go and do these videos that are going to cause more bullying? Or you're going to, he can hide it all he wants, but he said he put it on Rumble. Now, I did sign up to Rumble at one stage, funny enough, to watch Jason's videos, the Bill ABC, as he calls himself. I made an account to watch some of his videos because he used to send me all of his videos, and yeah, he made videos crying about, I don't know, I think someone laughed at him for not having pickles in a burger. So that, of course, that warranted to go and do a video about that because supposedly it's bullying when there's clearly trolls always on the internet that are going to just take the Mickey out of you, the Mickey Mouse. Yeah, I did start a little bit early. Beat you again tonight. Have we lost Bill now? Yeah, I think Bill has always been lost, to be honest. I think he's a bit of a lost soul, that guy, and he just follows people that he think are you know, gonna just accept him for what he is. But a lot of these people that he thinks has his back anyway have really deep down, the people he thinks that cares about him definitely don't, from what I know. So they can pretend they care about him and they can pretend that they support him. But at the end of the day, I know very different than what he thinks they do. Yeah, that's it. Who cares really? At the end of the day, I just wanted to show a little bit of something. Uh, yeah, there's trolls, but then there's just other individuals. What should I do? I'll do this, see if this works. So different on Whoa, did I? Don't know why I'm having trouble showing this. I guess I'm noob. No, I'm showing this. Get rid of this one. Yeah, the one that, yeah, here we go. We, we can't get much more mad than tonight, can we? Or can we? This is just the beginning. And also, I might do like an hour or two, we'll see. And I might do a little bit of a Discord hangout if anyone else wants to join. I know a certain person I've spoke to already wants to join, but if anyone else, I'm trying not to react because there's nothing really to react to anyway, but try not to let this stream get too crazy. But it is the Monday Night Madness, so we need a little bit of madness, which that person who made that video is definitely a little bit mad. You can decide which type of mad I mean, like funkin' hangry mad or a little bit loopy loo. That's for you to decide. But yeah, we'll do. And Jareth, you can see the text is all different. They've got this Christmas one that probably makes it a little bit hard to read, so I might even change it back. But yeah, they have a holiday Christmas little sort of theme here and restream. But yeah, we'll do a Discord hangout if anyone is keen to join. So I might go for like an hour, possibly two, depending on just what happens. But I might, after about an hour, I might head off. depending on who wants to chat in here and all that stuff. Even though a lot of people seem to have a little bit of trouble with Discord, just like I'm having trouble for some reason sharing it, even though it's down there, search bar. I don't know if this will just do it as like a little in the background here while I try to play around with it a bit. But yeah, each to their own. If people want to take the time, if they're that bored with their lives, if they want to take the time to do videos about me, when I've never said anything bad about the individual themselves. But yeah, if that's what you want to do, go for it. Um, it's all a little bit sad, really, though, isn't it? Don't think that's. I might just do it old school if I can't work it out because this is just becoming a little bit silly now. If I can't get it to work, the humor's starting to fade. Doesn't seem to be working too bad, but it just seems to be a bit slow loading stuff. But yeah, we all know at the end of the day, this is because a certain person wants to blow smoke up a certain Tasmanian's, you know, bum wants to look good to him. So gotta you gotta do videos hating the old funkin' Hungary, otherwise, you're not gonna get your pat on the back that you definitely deserve. Everyone wants a pat on the back, right? Who wouldn't want a pat on the back? Yeah, this is just taking forever to load. But yeah, anyway, while that's trying to load in the background, how has everyone been? Didn't know if I was going to go live tonight because yeah, it seems to be okay out there at the moment, but we've had storms and rain and all sorts of crazy stuff happening here. And on top of that, most of this week till about Friday, it's going to be sunny again. But we've got storms today, raining tomorrow. We Wednesday's overcast, raining in the evening, raining, overcast, and sunny on Thursday, and then Friday it's going to be okay. Yeah, that's it. Depends on what comes on comes on the back. Depends what happens after the bum's been patted. No, I want a pat on my bum, please. Yeah, not from me. You would have to go see those Tasmanians for that because they seem to be into a bit of bum play. No, there's nothing wrong with that, if you're into it. Who am I to tell someone where to pat? But yeah, it looks like after all of this craziness, I've managed to do it. So I will bring this up. I will turn me even smaller because this person has that effect on me. Makes me small. Dexter, this is this is maybe a little bit too rude for you. I'm trying not to be rude, and anyone can react how they want. At the end of the day, it's just a bit of fun, just showing what people were like. How I reckon I can. Is that? Yeah, I don't know if you guys can really see this, but this is the conversations that I've had with this Jason bloke. So he obviously we were once on Discord, and he shared this video. Gee, my video of what happened over a year ago on Two Aussies channel. Everyone can eat what they like, and I think he was crying about someone telling him that he should eat pickles or something. I'm like, okay, I support you, Taz, Daz, and Rolfus. I'm like, yeah, thank you, and all that. He kept on sharing me videos of him eating food and stuff. I was like, just doing what I do to anyone, just being nice back. He even shared, unfortunately, passing of someone in his family, and he was upset. So, doing what I do to anyone, condolences, and saying that I'm sorry for his loss. Also, he made a server, which I'm probably taken off by now, but it didn't do nothing on it. More stuff of him sharing videos to me. But the interesting part is once we get down to a lot of these videos that he shared, and he even asked me to, which I did, because I don't know, felt sorry for the guy, or just I don't want to blow smoke up my ass. Anyone that knows me knows that I don't talk myself up to be anything special. But he wanted his own section of my Discord, which I did give him at one stage. But yeah, supposedly I'm the devil now. We go down, and he, for some reason, this one, to be honest, I didn't watch, but it wasn't his content. It was him sharing some girl enjoying cheesecake for some reason, which she looks like a lovely lady. So what's wrong with the cheesecake? I don't know what his beef with cheesecake is, but I like cheesecake personally. But yeah, he has said that he doesn't like what Two Aussie did to me, even though in that video he made about me, he was saying that Two Aussie hasn't done anything, and for some reason was showing his content as like he only does food reviews, where I had proof that Two Aussie was rude to me. As I said, that's ages ago. You know, I don't care. Like, Two Aussie wouldn't give a toss really what I'm doing, and you know, I have no bad blood with Two Aussie. But yeah, gee, I know you and Two Aussie had a falling out. I'm sorry that happened. He uploaded a video with a burger with 8 patties and 7 cheeses. That is a Hungry Jack's meal. I just wanted to show you that video. I wish you are well, buddy. Take care. And I just said, and this, I'm not trying to, it's not like I'm in court. I'm not trying to prove my innocence. Anyone can think I'm a twat or a plonker themselves, and, I'd probably agree with them. Anyway, I just said, no problems, the Bill, aka Jason. I want, I won't support him as he was rude to me, though cheers, all the best and thank you. So I did, I've joked about Two Aussie on live. But at the end of the day, I've said as well, if anyone actually listens to what I say, I wish him the best, and don't wish anything bad upon the fella. He just reacted to me. Might have been having a bad day, but even though he did it a few times, maybe he had a few bad days. Who knows? Maybe when he sees Funkin' Hungry, it makes him Funkin' hangry. Maybe he's hungry when he watches me, and it makes him hangry, so he reacts. He's like, oh man, mate, he will kill himself with eating that amount. LOL. That's what I just wanted to show people. So you're trying to cry wolf and make out that I'm a bad person. But oh man, mate, he will kill himself with eating that amount. LOL. All I said was I won't support him as he was rude to me, which I did originally support him because I support most people. I was nice and supported this Jason bloke. I was nice and supported pretty much everyone until most people, started being funny buggers to me. And my response wasn't being rude to Tawazi. My response was, yeah, especially if he doesn't have exercise or a break in between. And also, I've said on my live streams that he seems to be doing. It's not like I stalked the bloke, but I will say for some reason Tazdaz never really likes the bloke, but he sure would mention every time he done a new video to me. He would sure tell me what he's reviewing. So, and yeah, I occasionally, it comes up in my notifications on my phone and stuff, see what he does. And yeah, my point is the reason I'm mentioning this, I've said on live streams in between me joking and doing what I always do, just having a laugh, that the guy needs to chill out with doing fast food every day. It went from like, a few times a week, and I will do videos a few times a week myself, but you need to have a bit of a break. And when you're eating that stuff all the time, it's like, is it worth it? So, I doubt if two Aussies watching, but if he is, it's like, I wish you the best, and hopefully you don't, like hopefully you respect your body and don't do it just for views and money or whatever may be happening, because it's not worth it. And wouldn't want to see anything happen bad to another Aussie food reviewer. And we're out. Anyway, and yeah, I'm not gonna really go into it anymore. I've had my say. Bill can contact the police. He can contact the old Bill if he wants and say that I mentioned him mentioning me on my stream. But yeah, mm, all I wanted to show is how two-faced people are and how quick people change. And he doesn't. How can he speak for me? Everyone that watches me knows that I just like have a laugh. And if you know me as well, I have a laugh, but also I have a heart and I care about people as well. But I just am here to entertain. If I'd made content like the Bill ABC, we'd all be sleeping right now. We'd we'd be sleeping, we'd be tired. It's a little bit boring, but anyway, each their own. If people enjoy watching that, good for them. And yeah, and then don't speak for me if you think I have these certain feelings when it comes to two Aussie. Don't speak for me, because unless it's me speaking, don't pretend you know how my mind works, because even I don't know how this works. I don't know. A few like sort of magnets or a few little bumps and a few little cogs turn, right? But yeah, if people think that I'd lay awake at night going, oh, too Aussie, he was rude to me, then yeah, you don't know me at all. And if you think as well that I would wish bad upon this person, then you don't know me either. And I even have said on live streams before, people seem to watch his content and enjoy it, so good for him. But yeah, he was rude to me, and he did say my stuff's trash, and he did, and yeah, this Jason bloke, even though he knows all of this, so he's made this video, but he hasn't put any proof out there of what Tuwazi or myself said. He hasn't put any proof or information. It's just spewing, it's just, a bit of verbal diarrhea just to make me look bad and just to make him look good to certain Tasmanians. And yeah, it's all a little bit lame, and you know, got to feel sorry for someone really. But yeah, don't put any evidence out there, because otherwise, if you put evidence out there, it might actually prove that the stuff he's saying is just a load of cod wallop, a load of old cod poo poo and all that. Because yeah, he was definitely rude to me, and that's why I originally, that's why I just have a bit of a joke about it, because it's what I do. But yeah, he did say my content's trash. He did say you will never be a good YouTuber and quit and all this stuff. And I have shared this information out there. It's out there in the world of the internet. But yeah, there you go. So I'll turn back to my regular self. We'll start having fun again. But yeah, Jason, little old Jason. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? Silly old plonker. People trying to say to take my YouTube down that I put a lot of money and effort into. I don't take very kindly to that, especially when I've done nothing but support and be, protective. That's not really the word I'm looking for. Supportive. Shoulder to cry on, whatever. But yeah, you can when you realize someone starts crying wolf a lot, they bully me, and then they go and do videos to encourage it and instigate it, and like don't stoke the fire if you don't want the flames to go up in your face. Don't poke the bear if you don't want it to turn around and ask you what does a bear shit in the woods and stuff like that. All that stuff. Anyway, ah, if we as Australians can't take the piss out of each other and ourselves, then we aren't Australians. I'm not Australian. It's just our way. If anyone wants to then take it seriously, that's on them. Yeah. And that's why I'm just pointing out, like, I'll take the what out of people, the Mickey Mouse. But at the end of the day, like, I don't really care. Like, as I said, like, I'd have a chat to Aussie if he wanted to man up and, like, sort stuff out or just talk about it. Because we all know a certain group of Tasmanians, when they had an issue with me, you got an issue, here's a tissue. When they had an issue with me, I reached out like, oh, let's sort this out like men, but apparently they're not men. Bunch of grandmas. Yeah, like it's just having fun. And even Australians on TV, like Australians are known for having that humour, even though I don't really claim to be an Australian, but obviously I've lived here long enough, so I know the culture very well. But it's on TV, like Australians are very humorous. Where I know where Australians will say bloody on TV, and Americans find that as a swear word and it's very naughty. Don't say that. Hello, Sakau. Don't need to take everything seriously. Ha ha. Funk and Hungry tried the red velvet chocolate lava cake at Domino's. Well, you can chuck me a cheeky super chat or super donation if you want me to do a review. But yeah, I possibly will do reviews when I can scrape together my pennies. Here we have a shiny. Well, it's not quite shiny. It looks like it's has a bit of oxidization on it. But yeah, we have $1. So if I can scrape together a few more dollars, maybe we will. What exactly is red velvet cake? Cod wallop was fish eggs. Probably is. I was just trying not to say shit, AJ. But yeah, the Domino's, for anyone that doesn't know, or Sakau has explained it, but the Domino's have the chocolate lava cake and they have a red velvet version out at the moment. I believe it's for 40 years of Domino's. How are you when it came out at Domino's, the red velvet lava cake? Because Funkin' Hungry has a little bit of inside information, I knew this was coming out, and I knew they did like a little. It's like what Macca's do when they did the summer range. They tried to people know who work there and stuff what's coming out, so it gets leaked. And if you're in the know, you know. But yeah, they did just like a little bit of a promotion where they're teasing it before they actually said what it was, and I knew what it was before I knew what it was. If you know what I'm saying. Maybe I should stop drinking on live stream because if this is what alcohol does to you, I don't want to. I'm grateful that I don't bloody drink. But what is actual flavor of red velvet? Isn't it like from my knowledge, isn't it like rose water or something? No, that's Turkish delight. But we have whoa, whoa. Man. I know it's like a chocolate hybrid, but it has like rose or something in it. It's cocoa powder made from scratch. What cake is red velvet made of? A vanilla cake with a few teaspoons of cocoa powder and red food coloring, vinegar and buttermilk. Bring some acid to the batter, adding a bit of tanginess that balances out the sweet cream cheese butter frosting that is standard. Yeah. So I think it's Liz that wears the pants in that relationship. Yeah. I prefer women that wear women that wear dresses. Just when I was saying women that wear dresses, I'm like, I just had to laugh because I'm like, wait a second, make sure that I'm saying it right. I don't want to offend any Scottish people out there, but yeah, I'm not really into men that wear dresses. I noticed Liz has not been on Two Aussies videos for a bit. I wonder what happened to Liz claimed to be vegetarian, yet tried a few things in the past Two Aussie reviewed. Yeah, well, poor old Liz, she's trying Two Aussies chips, and most places probably aren't vegan friendly, so most of those chips probably have had chicken nuggets cooked in them anyway in the same oil. After tasting Two Aussies meat, she went vegan for life. Yeah. I don't condone these people in the chat. I just merely know them or whatever. So uh, how do I get rid of this? We'll go remove sauce. We all love a little bit of sauce. And we'll go here, here, and here, 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 here. Oh, I'm in a very weird and wonderful mood today. Well, 15 views. He's living the high life. I did my video this morning on Rumble. Wow. Let's have a little looky look here, shall we? The madness continues, apparently. Hopefully it doesn't buff and hopefully it doesn't all start buffing like it did before. Go here, make sure I add it, make sure I bigify it, and here you go. Sit back and enjoy.
Aussie and G on my Rumble channel, right? The Bill ABC TV, which has got 28 followers. I did a video covering G's live stream and my commentary, right? And I listed a G live stream insulting people, which is including he insulted Two Aussie, he insulted Taz Daz and other people as well, and he was abusive. And I didn't cover all the video, all his live stream, because it would have been a long one. But when he started swearing really abusive language, I just turn it off. I don't. And if drink causes people to be abusive, then they shouldn't be drinking, and that is my view. And G or Funkin' Hungry, you are in the wrong, right? Taz Daz is not in the wrong here. Rolfus is not in the wrong, right? So people know that Taz Daz does food reviews the same as Two Aussie, and Rolfus, his brother, does food reviews. Food reviews. Rolfus, his brother, does food reviews. Like G does reviews. Like
I think
reviews.
I've stuffed it up now.
Like
I think I've messed
G
up.
does, and G started attacking them, and so G lost friends because of his abuse.
Oh, lost some friends today.
Behaviour, and it's all got to do with the drink. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for telling me stuff that is apparently true. Just before we go though, I just have to.
In this
Two Aussie
Don't want to get copyright.
like reviews.
I love that bit.
G and Rolf is his brother. He does food reviews.
DJ G and the ones and twos.
And Rolf is his brother. He does food reviews. Like
That needs to be in the
Aussie,
song.
and Rolf is his brother. He does food.
Yeah, you get the point.
Like
Oh
G
man.
does, and G started attacking them, and so
one part I liked as well.
he insulted two Aussie. He insulted Taz Daz and other people covering G's live stream and my commentary, right? And I
Right. Well, insulting people. One part I found funny was he said he didn't cover the whole live stream because it would take too long. Well, yeah, bloody hell, 2 minutes of that was too long for me, to be honest. The best part of that was the I don't know how he done it. He must have like used special effects or something because I really loved that how he did the record skipping the that part was awesome. If I was a DJ, over the years I have known a couple of people that do DJ, and I'd love to remix the old Bill. You've got to watch out for the old Bill. If I don't stop, the old Bill's going to be around here in a minute. The bloody old Bill. The old Bill's going to be knocking on the door, asking to come in. Oh, does he have a speech impairment? Impartial? 'Cause, I thought it was just a DJ. I thought that was just how he did his videos. I thought he just, like I listen to Eminem and stuff, and Eminem's like chicka 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 chicka. I thought like that's what was going on. I thought he just added like special effects or whatever over his voice. So I don't know, the poor guy. Um, yeah, well, yeah, and supposedly when I started swearing, he turned it off because that's what alcohol does to people. But anyone who watches me enough knows that I don't need that alcohol to act like a silly plonker. If anything, I'm probably more normal when I'm on alcohol. Speaking of alcohol, I might even go and have a few beers. See if I start being a bully and abusive and talking about people. Oh, wait a second, I've already done that, haven't I? Who knows what's going on anymore? What is this person on about? Gee, you have never been abusive either. Well, yeah, like I think like in a lot of the stuff happened recently with all sorts of people, I've been fairly jovial about it, I guess. And my way of dealing with stuff is just to have a laugh. Because if I'm not having a laugh, I might actually take it seriously. And yeah, as I've said, besides maybe those Tassie blokes, you know, yeah, I don't feel like sort of you know I don't feel like they deserve really my time and attention. But to Aussie, if he wanted to come and join us on bloody live stream, I reckon that'd be totally eats well, right? Never. Jason is delusional. Yeah, he sure is. We'll start calling him Grandmaster Flash from now on. Grandmaster Flash is very delusional, it seems. Maybe all those late nights on those disco biscuits, scratching the vinyls, have gone to his head. So, yeah, the poor Grandmaster Flash. Yeah, bless him. If he could get the sentence out in time, bless the guy. We might be able to listen. But Legend says that he's still trying to finish that video, but that's why he had to do a part two because he couldn't articulate his linguistic skills quick enough to get out one video. He, you know, had to do another video to a follow up. Impediment, that's the word that we were looking for, Paul. Thank you very much. Yep. Early eats while stay fresh. Brett, you know that we love you around here, Brett. Why would I mention you so much if I didn't love you? If people going to accuse people of stuffing his evidence, if he tried to take it to court, it'd be thrown out. Well, yeah, he didn't show evidence. Well, I guess I was, like we discussed, I guess there's evidence of me saying stuff on live. I don't even remember what I said last last live stream. I know I was going for a couple of hours by myself, and then Mark jumped on at the end. But yeah, who knows? I'm just trying to entertain the people. You know, we are live, and we are live right now. So hello, everyone. Hello to the lurkers. I know that you'll be watching. Kiss and love and peace and all that. Yeah, I'm just trying to entertain my viewers at the end of the day. And if they're going to try and take down my channel and live streams, it's like there's a lot worse out there than this. And yeah, if you don't understand that I'm just joking and having fun, then you have, as I said, some serious issues. Because I'm just trying to entertain my viewers and the people that support me and have fun. And you know, when it comes to fun, we're just having a laugh. We can get serious. People can tell me if they're having problems. I'll be here to support them. I'll try and give them, you know, a shoulder to cry on, maybe a couple of tissues. You know, as I've said on past live streams, laugh now, cringe later. You know, laugh, cry, cringe. It all happens here. Consider me entertained. That's good to know. Oh, we've got someone flying here in orbit. Looks like looks like he's getting in the old the rust bucket and he's ready to join. Here we have Spaceman Mark.
G'day, g'day. How we doing? Oh, I think we need a bit of background light. Hang on. There we go. That's
Looks like
a
you're
bit better.
looks like you're a hologram, like
Yeah,
Obi-Wan,
yeah.
you're my only hope.
That's it. That's it. I'm your only hope. I heard you were struggling, so I came.
I was struggle and I come when I struggle when I come, and I
Can you
struggled
can you
I
say that
struggled
again
when
a
I
bit
bloody
faster?
said I come when I struggle and I struggle to come, and
Yeah. Well, yeah. You
uh,
know what this bucket of bolts can do. So yeah,
yeah.
I'll shoot over and help you out, or maybe I won't.
Might have to give me, well, I was going to say 5 minutes, but let's be honest, that's a bit too much time. Maybe 60 seconds. God, in 60 seconds, they say, don't they? Isn't that,
Yeah.
isn't that what they say? The naked
Oh,
alien wearing a singlet.
yeah. Yeah. Well, it's a bit cool
Oh,
here. It seemed a bit cool here before, and now it's gone a bit humid again. So
it's bloody been doing that all day here as well. It's not too
oh,
bad right now, touch wood, but
mm. Well,
yeah,
I'm
because of the rain and the sun and the rest of it.
well. Touch wood. Um, Hang on a minute.
What, this wood or this wood?
Whatever wood you like. Would you not?
I won't do it like some people on videos. Let it all hang out or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Whatever.
Well, there we go. So we got a fair bit of work going on at home. and this is the new addition to the fleet. It's little mini excavator there. Plenty of raw
Yeah,
power.
I might have had a bit of a what is it, a sneak preview or whatever of that at some stage earlier, and it looked like
Yeah.
the person who was on it was enjoying themselves, loving life.
Oh yeah, I had a big smile on my face. So I've been looking at
Mm.
one of these for a while, and one of them on Sunday, because we're doing it, as you can see, we're doing a fair bit of work there. The forklift, I've had that for a while. That's another Facebook marketplace purchase. Right
Oh,
time.
really?
Yeah. And I've
That's
had that a few
excellent.
years now, because once I got the steamroller home, I knew I was going to be
Yeah,
lifting some heavy things. So the next best thing is a forklift. And back then, forklifts were cheap. So that came up and I grabbed it. It's been a great machine. And the other day, we sat down to have some lunch or have a break, and I just opened up Facebook Marketplace, and a mini excavator like that, slightly bigger, um, came up, and I messaged the guy, and he said I'm already in talks with someone. So the ad had only been up like an hour, and
yeah.
then that got sold, so I missed out on that one. And then the wife, she was looking at Marketplace as well and sent me that one. And I didn't even go down and have a look at it. I just talked to the guy over the phone and said to him, "Would you bring it up?" And yep, no worries, and paid cash, and there it is. So
Looks slick. Looks like it's almost brand new to me. Maybe a bit
it
of wear and
is,
tear, but
yeah, second hand. It's a very small machine compared to others you may see around on job sites or at people's places. However,
yeah, sure.
um, there's sometimes the smaller machines are a bit more nimble, and
Yeah,
so I've had a bit of a play with it. And these small machines, the controls are very jerky. And no, that's not the correct term. The controls are very instant. There's no subtle movement in them, and you can get very jerky movements. And that's what's going to happen. A lot of the smaller machines are just like that. Um, so it's just something I've got to get used to.
yeah, definitely. No, looks nice to me, and yeah, even though I probably wouldn't be doing what it's made for, I'd love just to have a bit of a muck around on it, just just have a bit of a play with it. So
Yeah. So they're quite easy to get used to. Where are we? Oh, that's the truck from work, and the stuff behind it is profilings. So
okay,
you're going to be using that for fill. Where the forklift is parked on that concrete pad, we're putting a new concrete pad on there, and behind that truck is the old shed which we're moving over. So there's a lot going on here at home at the moment. So yeah, so lots to do, lots and lots. Here we go. Oh, there's two blokes back on
oh,
screen.
people saw me playing with my wood for a second there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Would
I got caught out.
why wouldn't you?
Would yeah, what
And
would you have known that I was doing? Would they have known?
and I don't know if it happens down your way or not, but every year I'll share a screen again. Um, the Apex Club and various other community organisations around my area go around, and they have Santa in a old fire truck, and they have a car in front, and they've got a siren on the front, and you can hear them
Mm,
coming for miles, and I should say kilometres, being politically correct. And this
yeah,
the Apex Club are doing our area, and we got to see him 3 times, and they throw out lollies to the kids, and
yeah.
it's like a minute or two as they're driving past, but they drive past slow, and they wave to everyone, everyone waves back, and they're playing Christmas music, and yeah, it's just a bit of fun, bit of
When I
cheer to the.
first when I got a bit of a sneak peek at this picture because as I said, I listen and my eyes are everywhere. Silly old plonk and me. I thought at first, I thought, "Where's Santa?" I looked at the driver. I'm like, "You don't look like Santa." Well, and then obviously, it took me a second to realise. I'm like, "Oh, duh."
Yeah.
Bloody Santa didn't dress up this year.
So
Saw
I,
him
I
waving.
I don't know if that they do that sort of thing down your way or in other places, but pretty well ever since we've been up here, been in this house, every year we manage they do it. Whether it's the, well, the area's grown so much that they used to take it in turns. Like the Rotary Club would do
Yeah,
it one year, Apex the next, and so on. But because uh, the development around this area is just grown substantially, that I think there's about three groups that do it now, and they do all the different areas. So, and even with the three groups that are doing it, it still takes them a long time because they pretty well go up
yeah.
and down every street. I think there's one or
Mm.
two streets they may not go up because it might be in a cul-de-sac or something like that. So, but it's
Too
well
many
advertised.
crackheads.
Yeah, well, yeah. Unfortunately, they have had in the past people throw things at Santa, which is
Yeah,
sad.
I'm not really that into Christmas and all the stuff involved, but I wouldn't spoil it for others.
Yeah.
You know, that's just ridiculous. Like, and yeah, I wouldn't if someone else is into it, just because I'm not, I wouldn't spoil it for them. Yeah.
Mm.
And especially when it comes to kids, I mean, that's for the kids and the sweets and all that being thrown. It's for the kids. And to answer your question, we did used to get that around when we was younger because I remember they'd come. I don't know what sort of organisation did it. But yeah, I don't recall them doing it for the last few years. But I guess if I hear sleigh bells ringing and little jingles, I'll let you know. Like
Mm.
I run out the front, Santa, Santa, run down the street after him. He'll be like, "Who's this
Yeah, I
dumb
mean,
bird running after us?"
I know everyone doesn't um, celebrate Christmas because of their backgrounds or whatever the situation is, but look,
Yeah,
it's for a lot of people it can be a difficult time of year, and we see that time and time again. And it just brings um, just that little bit of cheer. There's
yeah,
also other things that are happening around the community.
mm,
They do during summertime. There's movies in the park and they're free.
yeah.
Um, you know,
Christmas carols and
yeah,
fun
yeah,
stuff.
and there's other. I think some of the local councillors do things. Uh, for and there is also a lot of charity that goes on too at the same time.
Yeah,
So
so
honestly,
I'm definitely
no,
down with that.
nobody misses out, and
Yeah,
there's people who are trying to do something to brighten up, you know, people's day, whether it's kids or adults.
I'm all for that. I'm all for kids having enjoyment because, especially in this day and age where it's hard to be kids, let them be kids and have some fun, little magic or whatever. Like you said, the community is great. The councils and stuff, what they do, they're spending a bit of just putting on events, which are always nice for families that sometimes might be cooped up inside and not much to do. Especially in Adelaide, there's hardly anything to do. But
Plenty of churches to go and visit.
yeah, yeah, the churches are loving life. But also, like the homeless. Like I believe a lot of the homeless shelters, they get their little Christmas dinners. It might not be what some people get, but they'll try and give them a little bit. So everyone's,
Yeah.
it's just a great time to give back to people, and I'm all for that.
Hmm. And
So,
that's what it's about. You know, a lot of people think it's giving a present and being happy. Well, no, not always.
yeah,
It's about
mm,
maybe just being with someone. Spending some
yeah,
time. Giving a gift is a bonus. Exactly that says it in one. It's a present. It's a gift.
yeah,
It's something you don't get, every time. And yes, you know, it is based on a reli- you know, a
yeah. a
a
religious
real,
event or whatever.
yeah, yeah. It's the birth of Jesus Christ that most of us, well, you can say worship or
Yeah,
you know, um, but whatever the correct terminology is. But for a lot of people, it's just giving thanks. Being and you, whether you kneel on a rug and pray, in a certain direction, or go to a synagogue, or go to a church. And some people
yeah.
don't even do that. Some people just, but hey,
If
that's
people don't want to, bloody if if they don't want to show love to Jesus and his father Santa Claus, if they're not into that, then that's fine. But yeah, just yeah, it's so what came to mind. I guess me trying to sound like I know what I'm talking about when you said present. It doesn't need to be a gift. Present, if you break down the word, it means to be present in the situation. So even if your gift to someone is just being there in person, showing your love and support or whatever, or just to be there, because a lot of times we don't have, we're not always there to see our loved ones. So these moments can be memorable, to get together with family and just
mm,
do what you haven't probably done for most of the year: see each other, tolerate each other, love each other, whatever, put up with each other.
yeah. Well,
Yeah, like
as the old saying goes, yesterday is the past, tomorrow is the future, but today is the present. So you know, treat it as such.
yeah, yeah,
I
that's
mean,
it.
you
I was
you would have,
present, the present.
yeah. I was present to the present, the present. Yeah, you would have seen that video that Mick on Wheels shared.
He shares a lot of stuff.
Yeah, there
What
was
video
one.
was it?
There was one particular one. It'd be good if you could show it on here, because it shows three guys. They're all sitting around, and Christmas, Christmas lunch, and they're all eating, and they start at like midday, and they go through to like 3 o'clock or something like that, and then they're all asleep on the lounge, and then Christmas dinner starts at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, and they go right through till 9 o'clock or something like that, and they're all sitting around, they're all talking. You can't understand the conversation, but they're all eating and talking at the same time. It's quite funny.
It is kind of what it is about. A lot of times, and depending on your situation, I know some people have it hard, but most of the time it's about getting together and someone will bring a dish. If sometimes people might organise one individual or a household to cook the food, but a lot of times when we have done Christmas in the past, it would just, everyone would bring stuff and you just put it all together and just have a feast, and yeah, a lot of conversation happening and
Mm.
a lot of randomness and laughs. And when it comes
Uh,
to the presents, to me, it's more giving the kids presents. Like I've got a lot of niece and nephews, so really, instead of giving it to siblings, instead of giving it to the adults, I sort of make sure that I get the kids gifts, and they're the ones that get the excitement and enjoyment from unwrapping presents and all the rest
mm.
of it.
But don't forget,
Yeah,
there could be Uncle George that gets drunk, and
yeah.
he's either a happy drunk or he's a sad drunk. He might cry if he has too many, or he gets really really happy and laughs all the time if he has too many.
Well, apparently, you can, according to those videos I shared earlier on, I'm a bully and I can't handle my alcohol and this, that, and the other. So, yeah,
Yeah,
I
well,
guess we all know what kind of drunk I am.
that's just one person's opinion, isn't it?
And also, normally when I get drunk, I'm pretty sure I just eat hot sauce and pizza and regret it the next day.
You'll have to have a
So,
chip.
hey,
Get the chip.
yeah,
Do it. Yeah.
yeah,
Well, wouldn't the if you have alcohol, wouldn't the chip be less effective?
yeah. Well, I mean, you'd still feel it, but yeah, because you're sort of, yeah, when you're drunk, you're a little bit more carefree. You don't, if you fell over down this flight of steps, if you was drunk, I'm sure you'd get up and go, oh, just shake it off and say, oh, that was unfortunate. If you was straight, you'd be like feeling the pain, and so because I mean they used to use alcohol to numb people for operations and the rest of it,
Yes,
didn't they? So,
yes.
if it's numbing yourself, and yeah, no doubt it's also numbing your taste buds and your response to pain tolerance when it comes to spicy food. So yeah,
Well,
not to
there
let
was
not to let everyone know, but yeah, that's why I get drunk, just so I can pretend that I'm tough, but I'm not. Some
um,
spicy stuff, and
I talk about getting drunk in surgeries and things like, or before surgeries. You could
yeah.
obviously it was in a lot of the older movies where the person would swig whiskey before they get a
Mm.
tooth pulled or something like that. That was a common thing in movies.
Yeah, definitely. They do it in that, and I reckon even in the sort of like zombie films or other films, like where they have to do something extreme, like cut off a limb or whatever, they'll be sipping on alcohol if they have the opportunity, and just it's used very much to indicate that someone is going to go through some like extreme stuff when it comes to surgery or just injuring themselves.
Mm.
I mean, I'm sure the people from Jackass, I was going to say I'm sure they was drinking a lot, but they were probably on more cocaine or something, something like that. But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And Paul's saying about overeating and you'll pay for it later. I'd say, like what Mark was saying about people eating a lot, like when you get older, I'm sure most other people could probably relate. I'm ready for bed if I eat too much. Like, if I eat a lot on Christmas, it's like I need to pace myself, because otherwise I'm want to go home, and especially if I have a couple of shandies as well,
You
bit
you
of
feel like
shandy, bit of yeah,
you feel
go
like
to
old
bed.
Sammy the Snake. You have a feed and you want to curl up and go to sleep.
Yeah, or Sammy the comedian. Shout out to Sammy.
Oh, is he a comedian? Was he not a DJ anymore? He's gone into comedy, has he?
Um, yeah, our old mate Sammy, he has done comedy. I'd have to, instead of he does that play and joke, instead of a stand-up comedian, he's a sit-down comedian or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, Will Goodtime podcast. With sit-down comedian. But I know that he has discussed before. He used to do YouTube, or used to put his stuff out, a podcast type situation, and it got fairly successful. But he ended up taking it down for whatever reason. And I remember he has discussed about possibly bringing it back and that sort of stuff. So
Because when I think when I first sort of met him, he was talking about his podcast and things like that. But yeah, I
yeah,
suppose that happens from time to time.
maybe that was before he was possibly working as much as he is now, or maybe a
Mm.
different situation, had more time and stuff. Yeah, yeah, that's it. All the way from the North Pole, they definitely are. That's what the elves do. That's what those little naughty elves do. Roger saying when I do have one too many, I crave a pizza. Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily crave a pizza, but if you do watch Funkin' Hungry a few times, I've obviously ordered pizza. But unfortunately, most of the places I've ordered from have been okay. Most of them have been about a five, like an average. Like not bad, but not anything too crazy or good. For Christmas and birthdays now, that's really nothing I want. I have enough stuff as it is. Yeah, it gets like that. It's like you don't really need any more, but it's always nice to get a little gift. But yeah, most of the time, if you want something, you'll just get it yourself.
Well, usually lately, each Christmas, my wife has got me something to do with my shed. She's very thoughtful that way. and I'm a slacker. She can
Mm,
drop hints and all that sort of stuff, and I'll still go, "Oh, what do you want for Christmas?" I'm terrible. I
yeah,
really.
yeah, and it's like I've been trying to tell you without telling you. Oh, have you?
Yeah, I'll have to get her something. We got yeah. So look, everyone's different, each to their own, and yeah. At this stage in life, I think I've pretty well got everything. Well,
Yeah,
maybe more machines. Once you get one machine, started with a forklift, started with a steamroller, then I got the forklift. Now I got a mini excavator. I want a bobcat or a skid steer loader
and
next, but
then you want a truck to put them all in. So
yeah,
then it's like micro machines. You got all your
that's
little
it.
vehicles, and then a big trailer to put them all in, and then you can drive them
Yeah,
all to another place, and then get out
yep.
the little.
Oh, look, the big truck's having a little baby.
Yeah, I think AJ has a very good point there that everyone should be mindful of, which like yeah, a lot of people don't have what a lot of us have, which is unfortunate, but you can't really not have what you want just because others don't. But yeah, give to
Yeah,
those in need. There's always someone less fortunate. So even if it's just being more nice to people at Christmas, and which you should always really, but like even the people who work in retail, they're normally working harder. There's normally more people around, which means they don't have much of a break. Where if it's during the day when it's not silly season, they'd be able to have a break in between. There might be a few customers, and then they'll have a bit of, a 10-minute break. But there's just going to be loads of people's. But so just, yeah, I guess my advice or shout out to all the people in retail or different situations that will be stressed. Just make sure that you show your appreciation to them because there's no point you taking out your frustrations on them because, what have they done? Even if they are a little bit rude to you or a little bit standoffish, it's like just be mindful why, because they're probably struggling, a bit stressed out, probably overworked and a bit tired. So if they are a little bit grumpy to you, don't take it personally because you don't know them. Like, you don't have to go home and look at them after. So just,
one thing I
become like
notice about the
yeah,
fast food places around
mm,
here is that now that they're not just dealing with customers, they're also dealing sometimes with phone orders and now Uber Eats and
yeah,
whatever that other one was that you don't hear about much anymore, Kango or Food to You or
mm,
Foodery or whatever it is. And there's little iPad type things on their benches. So, they're just not people walking in, but there's all these orders coming over the internet now. And honestly, I think
yeah,
places are a lot busier now
mm,
than they ever have been. And we all use Uber Eats or
yeah,
some type of thing, to get our food delivery. Not always. Sometimes because it's so close, I'll go around the corner. But
yeah,
the other day there, um, I just decided to order through the app for the particular store we were getting from. I think it was Red Rooster or something like that. And it
mm,
was just simple sheer convenience because we've been working so hard. We just bugger it. I'm not going to go and get it. We just order. It's going to be there at a certain time, and away you go.
yeah. Well, we can all get annoyed with, oh, they got my order wrong, and I do food reviews, so if it's a bit crappy situation, I'll mention it. But that's a part of doing food reviews. I can't really. But then, if people will speak to me on these live streams, we've discussed it a few times that it can be annoying, but it's not the end of the day. If they forgot your I did a KFC review once, and they didn't put the chicken in the burger, so obviously that was a little bit of a you
Wow, that's a
know,
good one. That's
but
a
yeah, it's like a chicken burger without the chicken, but you paid
yeah.
for the chicken.
So what was it?
Um,
A lettuce
it was
burger or lettuce and mayo
well, yeah,
burger?
yeah. Well, this one it was a Zinger Crunch, so it had tortilla chips and stuff in it. Yeah, but it was a delicious burger.
I think I had one of those
And
the other day, a Zinger Crunch, and I was wondering, and then I looked at it and realised that they put the corn chips in there to give it that extra crunch. So it was all right.
Yeah,
Not something I would have all the time. And actually,
yeah.
when I if I get something now, I often think of the way you describe things and think, oh, okay, yeah, righto, you know.
Well, Roger actually makes a good point there. The Santa used to, I believe, he said blue, but I think it was like blue and gold and maybe, but yeah, doesn't Coca-Cola either own the rights for Santa or they just, because
Oh, offhand, I don't
maybe that,
know. It's something I'd have to look up, but that's what, you know, a lot of people say that nobody knew about Santa until Coca-Cola used it as an advertising. But
hmm. So they don't, yeah,
Sa-
wouldn't technically own it, but it must be somewhat of a trademark in a way because
mm,
they used to very much 20 years ago or whatever, they used to always have Santa in their commercials around this time of year. Have
um,
him opening up a Coke and
yeah.
having a
Well,
squeak.
if you go further back, and a lot of people may remember this, the way the way I learnt about Santa Claus is that it's based on. Now I'm going to probably totally butcher this up because I don't know the exact details, but it's based on
Yeah,
Saint Nicholas. And if you look
yes,
at
it is.
yeah, yeah, so and only recently did I see somebody put something up that Coca Cola, nobody knew about Santa until Coca Cola used it in one of their advertisings.
And I guess we won't get into this too much because it's a little bit not cheery. But if you look into a lot of these holidays as well, they had a lot of them have a little bit of more of a dark tone to them, or like a little bit of worshiping and stuff going on. Like it's just stuff changes over time. Like even Easter, if you look into Easter, obviously it's meant to be about Christianity, but if you look into it, it's about other gods originally, and it's been changed over time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very interesting to look into those sort of folklores or just how stuff has evolved over time.
Mm.
A lot of this stuff has been around forever, so it's just being changed. I mean, really now Christmas is fairly commercial, and yeah, just even Black Friday was sales in America around Thanksgiving time, and now even Australia and even Halloween is about going around knocking on doors and getting a chocolate bar. But originally, it wasn't nothing about that. So it's just interesting how stuff changes and evolves over time. But it's
Yeah.
just if you're interested in that sort of stuff, look into some of these holidays and what they originally meant and what they worshipped and what they did and
Yeah. Where is it? Something totally.
AJ reckons he always left out milk. No wonder I got shit prezzies. Fat kid wanted Coke. I think he means a little bit of the old sniff sniff, not the
Oh,
cola.
speaking of
Yeah,
that,
well, how else do you think he goes all night and goes around, travels around the world, dropping off presents? He needs something to keep him awake. It's definitely not the coffee. And even I reckon even Rudolph has been into it, right? Even Rudolph with his red nose, even he got into Santa's stash, if you know what I mean. That's why he became the famous reindeer with the red nose. He had a little bit too much coke himself.
so it's not the song about.
Rudolph the
Oh,
red-nosed reindeer
yeah,
had a very shiny nose. From
depending,
sniffing all that coke up, some
oh,
people know it as blow.
I don't know that version.
Just I think I made it up just then. But anyway,
Oh, you might have to. Now you're a partner. You might have to
copyright it.
watch what you say.
Oh yeah,
You'll be labelled as an influencer of a different type.
yeah. All of a sudden, it'll come up with like substance abuse sort of
That's it.
or some
That's
sort of
it.
violation
And
promoting substances.
you'll have a Wikipedia description down below saying,
Well, there's already videos of me out being a bully and and all sorts of stuff. So
Apparently,
yeah, there'll be
I'm just,
Wikipedia pages saying that I'm promoting
yeah,
Santa and
I'm,
Rudolph
I'm
in
just,
a
I'm,
negative.
I'm just learning about that. Yeah, that's a bit strange. I'm just wondering how you manage to do all this to all these people. What do you do in your spare time? You're obviously not editing videos. You're
You know,
making other content.
that's why it takes me so long to edit. 'Cause I'm doing all this evil stuff in the background. Mhm.
I'll have to call you Doctor Evil.
Yeah,
Well, you are
one
you are going
million dollars.
you are going to take over the world, aren't you?
Yeah, that's it.
Your plans for 2024?
Yeah. I left out on Christmas Eve, found out years later that Dad used to use that milk for a cereal and coffee on Christmas morning. Um,
Yeah. You know
I
how?
remember we used to leave out carrots for the reindeers as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think even some kids, I think, would talk their parents into leaving Santa a bit of rum and milk or something like that. But yeah, usually it's
Or
milk and veggies.
the kids would convince their parents. The parents would convince the kid, Santa's a little bit sick of. I think sometimes my parents done that. Like would say, like maybe they didn't have it to leave it out, but they would change it up. Or but yeah, I can imagine someone. Oh, he's a little bit sick of milk all the time. Let's leave a nice. Oh, why have you put ice in it? And why have you done this? Oh, you got to keep it chilled for Santa. Quick, get to bed before the ice melts. Hey there,
Uh,
Becky. How are you?
you know how we were talking not so long ago about the Black Friday sales,
Yeah,
and and you and I both brought a subscription to Restream and things like that. Well,
yeah,
and in the video we discussed about how, oh, don't worry, the Christmas sales will be coming up soon.
yeah.
Yeah, well, there's one guy I watch on YouTube. He has just released a video of flashlights or torches for Olight, and that's actually the brand I use. This is Olight. I have one of their flashlights or torches, and I have a pen. It's not just a pen; it's actually a little. It's got a little torch there, little LED, um, various brightnesses,
Oh, isn't that
and
your Men in Black little to
yeah,
make people
yeah,
forget? Yeah.
yeah, and come on, is it on? And it has the laser, which there you go, there you go.
Oh, that's
You forget,
awesome.
you're just forgetting what we're talking about. So he's just put out another video with various different discount to the various new flashlights or torches that are available, and so everyone's getting on the bandwagon about having sales. Of course, we're getting bombarded um, online. Actually, what I've been getting bombarded online by is because I've been looking at mini excavators on Facebook Marketplace. All
Yeah.
the social media that I'm looking at, I'm getting advertisements of mini excavators. And there was one, I was saying to the wife the other day, there's one video advertising their product. So I clicked to watch the video, and I'm sure I clicked the video, but suddenly I'm getting this message through Messenger saying, "Hi, Mark, tell us what size machine you're looking for. We can help you out," virtually instantly. And
Bloody Nick and his AI up to it
yeah,
again, up to
yeah,
the funny business. Yeah, I've bought a couple of little bits and pieces recently, and it has crossed my mind. Oh, if you wait a few weeks, you'll probably find it cheaper, but that's always going to happen. You're always going to get get something, and you'll see it cheaper, or there'll be a sale or whatever eventually, and you'll go, "Oh yeah, probably should have waited." But
well, don't
if you,
forget, like, once Christmas, even
yeah,
before Christmas is done, we'll have the Boxing Day sales, and then
yeah,
there's it's almost like one of these jewelers that's always having a sale.
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
these what is it that I don't know. Do you have National Tiles down your way?
I always hear that on the bloody radio. Oh, national time.
Or
Oh,
remember
some of those adverts.
remember when
Oh,
there used to be the rug thing was always, oh, the accountants made a mistake, we're overstocked, we're slashing our prices by 40%, you know,
yeah.
we're going and when I think it was Today Tonight or a Current Affair, when it used to be really good, they actually did an investigate, oh, not an investigation, but a report, and they spoke to a guy who had a shop. He supplied lighting, and he was going to close the business down. So he put up signs saying closing down sale because he
Yeah.
was going to close down, and that actually increased his turnover. And that's why these
Yeah. Because
places always have this
gonna have
sale
to close
because,
down now.
yeah, and these places always have this sale because in people's minds, it's,
Hmm.
oh, if we don't get it now, we're going to miss out. So we've got to go and buy it, you know.
It's exactly why Macca's does like they bring out stuff and then they won't have it for on the menu for half a year because it builds up that people wanting it. Where if
Yep.
they had it all the time, they'd probably
Yep.
lose produce and having that not having that space in the fridges and in the freezers and all that. They'd probably end up losing a bit of money in a way if they have certain stuff that, yeah, once people get their fill, just sales will decrease. But them having this stuff and they do their little promotions like all these fast food places do. Oh, it's back! Quickly get it while you can, and
Mm.
people are obviously going to rush out to get it. And yeah, it
Yeah.
happens in all sorts of business, really.
Yeah, well, take for instance where I live here, Australia Zoo. Now, most people know Australia Zoo. It's like a 30-minute drive from my place, right? But I've
Mm.
never been there. And I've never been there because I suppose it's one of those things, um, it's always been there and it seems like it's always going to be there. And I don't know, if I'm going to go to a zoo, I would probably go to, say, the Western Plains Zoo in Sydney or something like that. Maybe I don't doubt Australia Zoo is a nice place and they're doing the right thing, but it's just one of those things because it's sort of there all the time and it's so close. It's like, oh, I'll get there one day type thing.
Mm. Yeah, to answer or to touch on what Becky was saying, see, when I go to pick it, it's in my promotion, but it won't let me select it.
Yeah,
So the
right.
selecting is blacked out, so it won't let me select that.
Is that
And
for food promotion or?
uh, yeah, Becky gave me a couple of promo codes so I could get some money off food. Doing
Mm-hmm.
reviews and all that stuff would have helped. But yeah, it says I can use it by 2nd of January, but I can't select it for some
Yep.
reason. And also Becky is saying I missed Saturday stream, went to the Speedway, even got free drinks and food. Well, yeah, that sounds awesome. Hopefully you had a great time. It sounds like you
Mm.
did.
Um, the other thing you could do is flash up through Restream is at Buy Me a Coffee. You can put that QR code on screen, and
Yeah, I've been meaning to get around to doing that. I'm still, even though I'm a YouTube partner, I'm still in the process of doing my monetization.
mm,
I'm waiting, at the moment, I'm waiting for to confirm my address. They send in the mail a letter that has a code in it. Then obviously, then you have to put the code into the AdSense or whatever it is, the
mhm,
Google program that. And yeah, it said it could take anywhere from like 2 to 3 weeks, and obviously it hasn't come yet. But yeah, I've had to give my identification. I've had to prove obviously where the address is, which makes sense. So people can't just make up like a load of
yeah,
bollocks. And but you would, I thought that I'd be able to show a document that has the address on it and my name and stuff. Like some sort of even a bank statement would have the address that it's sent to with my name and stuff attached. But yeah, it's a little bit of a strange way of doing it that I've never done before. But yeah, they send a letter of some kind out, has a code in it. I have to put that code into the program.
Yeah, considering, we do everything via text message or some sort of SMS alert or, whatever, especially with banking apps and other apps
Yeah.
that, you get a code and it's a one-off code that's generated especially for you and all that sort of stuff.
It's funny you said that. It just reminded me of something quite funny. In when I was doing the documents, it sort of says for the environment, like basically it was encouraging me to do digital, like basically have digital stuff. And then it just reminded me, you saying that they push you to go digital instead of sending out letters, but then they also send out a letter to confirm your address. So it's kind of a little bit arse about face with some of it. It's like, yeah, make sure that you go, for the environment, go digital, and then yeah, we're going to send out a letter for you to confirm your address. So I don't know what they're doing. Well,
Um,
yeah, it's definitely not easy just to be monetized. I can understand why some people don't even bother. But
yeah, well, of course, you got to lodge all your tax details too. You got to do that now,
yeah, yeah, pardon.
just in
That was
case
a
you
little bit
make a.
confusing. That was a bit confusing because they asked all this stuff about American taxes. They do, like, because Google's an American company.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess if I've got anything wrong, hopefully I can either talk to someone about it. I've unlocked a lot more. Well, I've unlocked more stuff being a YouTube partner now. Supposedly, you have access to being able to speak to people. Where when you're not a YouTube partner, it's quite hard to get hold of YouTube. I know some people have lost their channels through hacking, and it's quite hard to speak to like the YouTube company.
Hmm.
It's not as easy as even when it comes to some of these delivery services. When I tried, like you have to look, I've had to Google search help emails to speak to someone when it comes to companies before, because on a lot of websites you go into support and it has all these frequently asked questions, and it's like, oh, did this help you? No, I just want to speak to someone that I can ask someone some questions and get some answers for stuff. But yeah, these days it's so much. Did this help? No, it didn't help.
Mm.
It's hard to sometimes with certain companies to just get some answers or just speak to someone.
Yeah.
And because it's so digital now, obviously they push emails or push speaking to support that way. The days of calling up someone and speaking to them are gone. It's all getting a little bit weird.
Yeah, it's still there depending on who you want to, I suppose, talk to.
Yeah,
But it is, when you a lot of these websites when you first go to them, if you click on the chat, you're talking to a chat bot. You know,
yeah,
and
yeah,
soon a lot of these, I'm sure these companies are looking into incorporating some sort of AI, to deal with a lot of the stuff, especially with the way it's going. Well, even that Think Media that I watch and other YouTube um, think stuff out there that help you, they're saying that AI can really help your channel, get there, do different things, even if
mm,
it's editing a video and all this sort of stuff. So it's definitely, you know, going that way.
yeah. And when it comes to chatbots as well, sometimes I've spoke to them and it's the same. It's like, did I help you, or they just have the basic information and they
Yeah.
hope they will fix it for you. But yeah, again, sometimes I like speaking just to a real person so I can get it done quicker than instead of waiting for an email or response. It's
Mm.
yeah, and especially with Amazon, I use Amazon quite a bit, and their chat and response is quite good actually, where you will speak to someone and then sometimes it's annoying. You'll speak to someone for 5 minutes and they'll, oh, I'll put you through to the right department. It's like you could have probably done that from the beginning, but they have to do all these background checks and back and forth, and then they figure out that they can't really help you in that way. But yeah, Amazon's
I,
good for that.
I'd have to say the worst customer service would have to be Foxtel, because we did have Foxtel up until not so long ago, and we
Yeah,
started having a problem with the oh, excuse me, with the box we had, and every time you rang up, oh, your call is important to us. We've got high volume calls, and you end up
yeah,
talking to someone in Malaysia or Philippines or something like that, which I don't have a problem with, but it's a little bit challenging because they have a set procedure which they go through, you know, and they're talking to you, and when they put you on hold, they go and answer the next call, and they do the same with that person. They'll say, "Oh, I'll have to go and talk to my supervisor about this." So they put you on hold. They go and talk to the supervisor, or they go and answer another call and get them in the queue. Probably because
yeah,
they're getting paid for the amount of calls they go through. So they tell you to, and you got to say, "Oh yes, hello." You say your name, and then they repeat what you just said. Oh, okay, and your name again, and your date, your address, and your date of birth.
mm,
You know, However, on the opposite end of that, the best experience I've had with customer relations is number one, Commonwealth Bank. No, or I would have to no, the other way around. Number one is Apple. If you've got Apple Care, you ring up and they know who you're talking to straight away. Hi Mark, how you going? You might have to confirm a couple of little things. Back in the
yeah,
day, you would have to give the serial number of the device that you wanted, but now, obviously, they know everything. So when you ring up for help, you can either set it up through the app, through their support app, um, so you can get a call back or you can ring or whatever. And they say they'll ring you in 2 minutes, and virtually within 30 seconds they're ringing you, and it's an automated thing. And then, hi, my name is whoever, and you could be talking to someone here in Australia, you could be talking to someone overseas, but their Apple's support is absolutely the best I've ever dealt with. I haven't dealt. Nobody else has come near it. Um, um, Actually, I think I was talking to one guy in the UK at one stage, and he was really good. And they stay on the line. It doesn't matter what time of day or night it is. If you got Apple Care, you can ring 24/7, and they will walk you through everything, and they will do their darndest to get you up and running again. And if they can't, then they refer you to the Apple store, the closest one near to you, and they've got. And when you walk into the Apple store, they've got all the history of the thing. They've got it in front of them, and it's just, I can't speak highly enough of it. And that's one of the reasons why I run Apple, because their support is just absolutely beats everyone else. No one has come close.
don't they have a certain name, the people that work at Apple stores?
Um, in what way?
Oh, like a title. I forget what it is. I've seen it in a film or something before. But also, I was going to say, yeah, it's interesting. A lot of my stuff is like Android products, and I use Samsung and stuff. And it crossed my mind that I've never actually had to call help. But then all of a sudden, it hit me. Yeah, their products are so good that I don't even need to get help with it. That's the difference between that and Apple.
Well,
I thought I'd have
you,
that little dig in the joke in there.
yeah.
I've never
Um,
actually needed help with it.
I think a lot of the times, it's probably just me not understanding stuff, or
Yeah,
if I've had an issue. It's probably more on the computer side that had problems. You know, any man-made thing will have problems sooner or later.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Your phone and my phone have come out of the same factory, and there's a lot of Samsung components in this. It's just the nature of the beast, you know.
Yeah.
It's how they do things behind the scenes that's really the major difference. But all the cameras they come out of one factory, and then the circuit boards and all that sort of stuff, and then it's just put together with a different name. You know, I think we've talked about this before. If you have a breakdown of the major brands around the world, I think there's like 6 companies that own all the different brands that we own. Even your battery tools like Milwaukee, DeWalt,
Mm.
Makita, you know, all that sort of stuff. They're all made in the same place, and it's just a different, you know. So
Yeah, and funny enough, when I was looking into new devices, it did cross my mind. Oh, maybe I should look into iPhones and stuff. It's just I have a lot of my accounts set up to Play Store, which is the Google one or whatever,
yeah,
which is attached to the Android instead of obviously Apple Store, and just like it's just become a lot of my accounts and stuff are just that's the main reason why I didn't even bother to start, and then that's more of a decision as well, having I just, I have stuck with Samsung for the last few ones. I'm used to it. It does what I want, and I'm quite happy with it. But yeah, I'm like, oh, maybe I should cross
yeah,
over to the dark side or whatever. Or, I've had iPods and stuff back in the day, and yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm definitely not one of those people that this one's better, and it's like I changed from Sony PlayStation to Xbox over the years, and to me, there's a lot of again rivalry and people saying which they prefer. I just started preferring the games on Xbox, the exclusives, and also I preferred the controller. The PlayStation controls to me is a little bit more uncomfortable, a little bit too small for me. I like the bigger control that the Xbox has, so that was another main reason. But at the end of the day, it's the same stuff, really. People get into it and get into processors and how quick and what's inside the machines, but it does what I want it to do, and I'm happy with it. Really, I'm just a bit more of an X. But then I've had my enjoyment with Sony and PlayStation. I mean, these headsets are bloody Sony, so I'm not really loyal to any brand. One of the reasons I got this headset is because I had my old white ones, and this is an upgraded, more modern version, and I just liked the old version. So again, when I was picking a new headset, these are reasonable price. JB as well had them very cheap. I think about $60, $70, about $20, $30 off. So these newer ones were actually cheaper than I paid for the older version, the older model. But yeah, they do what I want to do, which is mainly just listen to music. If I'm just walking or going, if I go to shops and stuff, and for editing, I just chuck them on when I'm editing, and
mm,
obviously I do from the live streams. I could get a better version that probably makes me sound a lot more clear and spend a few hundred, if not more, on a decent pair of headsets. But for now, people that watch this channel are happy to listen to me talk a bit of cod wallop, and
yeah. Well, at the
yeah,
end of the day,
it- it-
we want our devices to work, and regardless, like you say, regardless of what platform it
mm,
it's on, you know, they pretty much all do the same thing. You know,
that's it.
yeah, each platform's always going to have, um, you know, an extra bell or whistle or something like that. But how far do you go? Where do you stop? You know.
Yeah, and I found the last pair a little bit more comfortable. These ones are slightly different design, a little bit different on the year, but overall, for the price, I feel like I, got a bargain. And I do have to agree with what AJ said there, and that's one reason I did move away from Apple. Problem is, once it's an Apple, not everything must be Apple. But
Yeah.
yeah, some people love that system. I just remember when I had the iPod. my stuff was kind of locked into that Apple Music program
Hmm.
where I couldn't sort of take it and do other stuff with it, and there was just a little bit of issues playing it in different media players and stuff like that. So, but some people love that, and I can understand that if you have Apple iPod, iPhone, Apple Mac, or whatever it is, all that stuff is all your stuff is sort of connected and interchangeable in that way. But yeah, each to their own. I've just been a bit of a Windows and might, even though I think Bill Gates is a bit of a twat. But yeah, the Microsoft has some decent stuff, and Android. Yeah, everyone has their opinion, and that's absolutely fine. Which
Yeah,
is what, variety's the spice of life and stuff. Everyone, that's what makes us different. But
yeah,
like you said as well, Mark, they're all doing the same stuff. This is a Bluetooth headset that's I'm able to easily, quickly, which is just amazing with technology these days. I can turn off the Bluetooth on my phone, not even turn off the device, turn it on to the laptop, go back and forth if I'm just turning the Bluetooth off, and turn it on another device, and then fire it up without
mm,
even, it takes 10 seconds to turn it off one device and load it onto the next device. So sometimes I do that if I'm on live right now. If later on I did want to use it on my phone, I would just turn the Bluetooth headset off here and go to my next device and just turn it on. And that's just how, you know, lucky we are this day when it comes to technology. It's just so easy and interchangeable to, and this is wireless as well. I do have a little charging cable down here, but as well, there's no, because a while ago I used to kind of, I don't know, sometimes I'm a bit resistant to go into changes. Like I kind of liked wires a little bit, but when you've just been wireless for so long, there's just all these cables that are attached to certain stuff just start getting a little bit annoying.
yeah. Well,
And that's just, I guess, you know,
the problem I'm having at the moment is my AirPods are not sounding. One's got a really scratchy speaker in it, and
okay.
people who I'm talking to find it difficult for me to for them to understand me. So I'm finding I
Mm,
have to take it out and actually use the phone. But what I've gone back to is the old wired AirPods. I used them today in the truck, and they worked absolutely fine. The only downside
mm,
is you got this wire, and even though it's loose, I find it quite easily gets caught in the steering wheel of the
yeah.
truck, and I'm like, oh God. But in terms of sound quality, absolutely
Mm.
perfect. So my question is, those headphones you got on now, God, I'm fidgety tonight. Just can't seem to get comfortable. Um, do they also provide the audio or the microphone input with them, or is your microphone input going from the laptop?
Well, I'm not quite sure exactly what settings. I'm pretty sure I went over it before when I had issues. So yeah, I'm using microphone. Looks like I'm using the microphone in the laptop for my input and the headphones for the output.
Hmm.
But also, I don't know how clear they are, but I have phone calls with these, and I can hear people quite well. And, it's just, I'm guessing they could hear me okay, because otherwise they'll be saying, I can't hear you, repeat that, all the rest of it. These ones definitely are a little bit clearer when it comes to sounds than the last ones that I had. So listening to just music, and yeah, funny enough, when I was editing videos, my voice and stuff in the videos were a lot more clear and loud coming through these ones, like a lot more crisp. So obviously they've upgraded them and made them better than the last. I mean, I don't know how old the last set is. I know this is the same sort of branding where they call it like WHCH, and then they have numbers after it for the different versions.
Well, I've just
But
changed.
yeah, I could probably change over to them and see if it sounds. I reckon I've done it once, and you said that the other way was better. But um,
Well, I've just changed over to the microphone for the headset, and I don't know how it sounds, but it probably sounds crap now.
yeah, that actually sounds really bad compared to how it was before, which is pretty crazy. It sounds like you're talking like with your like muffling with your hand over your mouth.
Right, so I've just changed back over to the old
Yeah,
hybrid.
that's crystal clear.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, cool. Oh, yawning so much tonight. Sorry.
No, that's fine. But yeah, really, as long as people who are listening can, put up with the sound quality,
Mm.
like
And that's
everything, eventually I'll probably slowly upgrade stuff. But
yeah. And you don't have to, as we've talked about before. We you don't have the best of the best. Like I picked up this microphone,
mm,
$50 second hand, and it's made the world of difference. Just um, and slowly but surely you can build up your tech uh, gear. Just like that mini excavator I brought today. We all like to have
yeah,
brand new things, but at the end of the day, it comes down to how often am I going to use it? Will it get the job done? All that sort of thing. So um, it's it's all depends on you. And as I've said before, with your streams, you sound good, you're clear, your picture's good. Your picture really doesn't matter; it's the sound quality. If
yeah,
you got that good, constant tone right across. Um, you're not peaking in and out or anything like that. You're not, too close to the microphone sort of thing, distorting. All that comes into it. And
or that ASMR,
hey, hey, what?
ASMR, like
ASM?
ASMR.
No, I'm sorry. I'm not. You lost me there. I'm not familiar
Um,
with.
when it's ASMR, it's where people like will be really into sounds and they will eat like a loud chip, and it's that
Oh
very
yeah, 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 yeah. Right, I
and it's
do. Yeah, I do
yeah, that's
recall.
kind of, and then they do zoom in kind of lean in like to the microphone and they'll talk very quietly, but it'll be very loud because your voice is, and it'll probably vibrate a little bit as well because the voice is so close and your mouth so close to the microphone. But yeah, I was just try to make a little bit of a funny and put your name in the word.
Who's Wasn't that was a thing for a while, wasn't it? Is it
Yeah,
what?
people do like food reviews and stuff, but they just will just eat, not speak, and they'll just like have their microphone set in so it's very loud and they'll crunch and you'll hear sort of all the different noises and yeah, for some reason it seems to do quite well and people like those sounds. Like it's, I don't know, some people kind of either get off on it or just therapeutic to them or whatever it is.
Oh my god!
Yeah, like it's probably a whole section of YouTube that you probably never explored, and I haven't really because it's just not my cup of tea. But
I just
it
typed in.
is it is popular.
I just typed in food reviews, and yeah, there's. I actually had uh, yesterday, Sunday evening. We had family here. They've been helping us out. Um, so we had McDonald's. So I got the McRib Deluxe after
Oh
your
yeah,
review, and Yeah. Oh, talk
Hated
about
it.
no, it was quite nice. Talk about saucy. Yeah,
Oh yeah, she's a saucy little girl. That one. Yeah.
yeah.
Prob- Probably shouldn't say little girls because people might get the wrong idea. Grown woman, saucy little woman. Not even little.
Yeah, it's quite. It looks like everyone's doing a McRib review. Greg's Greg's
Yeah, like it.
Greg's Ki- Greg's Kitchen and Funkin' Hungry, and who else is doing it? Oh, some other guy. Food Shack. Yeah, Food Shack.
Yeah, food. Yeah, Food Stack has been on.
Sack.
I think he might have been on the stream when he came to congratulate me for being monetized. He was on for just a few seconds, but yeah, he's an alright bloke. He's always been polite enough to me. Yeah, most people are doing it, and I believe it's out in America, which is quite strange. It doesn't always happen, but I believe it's out in America and Australia at the same time.
Mm.
So a lot of times their promotions don't cross over; they don't cross the streams.
Yeah.
They. But yeah, it seems to be out in both places. So extra because I've seen a few Americans reviewing it recently. Yeah, Grego's another pretty cool bloke who does food reviews.
Yeah. Well, oh um, I first came across Greg when he was Greg's Kitchen. That's how I first found him.
Yeah,
Mind you, I didn't watch a lot of his content, but I watched some of it. But that's how I sort of first got to know him, and then obviously he's gone
yeah,
on to do a few other channels.
this guy calls himself was known as Review Bruh, but the report of the week, and
Week.
he has a suit and his hair very done a certain way. But yeah, this was a few weeks ago, and he's in America, so maybe they had it out a little bit early, like before
Mm.
we got it. But yeah, it seems to be definitely doing the rotation at the moment. Like there's just a lot of content out for it. The McRib has, I was wondering if someone would mention this, has been reviewed by someone living in Philmere, New South Wales. I have no idea what you're on about, but I'm sure they liked it.
Mm. Well, I can remember back in school, and even pretty sure school, or was it more just the food? Like you can go most takeaways, they'll have a pork riblet.
Yeah,
And the one thing, the difference to me is the one that Mac has done. It's very thin,
yeah.
whereas the one you can get in the shop, it's
Mm.
fairly thick. So
Trust Macca's though. Like these days, a Whopper, the beef is like almost that size. Like it's just
yeah. Well,
like it's all becoming just to save money.
the
Just for them
the
to.
the future son-in-law, he got a double cheeseburger or a cheeseburger deluxe or whatever it was. And
Yeah,
when I looked in the bag, and I said to him, I said, "Geez, that looks like a junior burger." It
yeah.
was just nothing.
It's like, oh, you're having a huge meal tonight. This little, like kids burger.
It reminds me of the old, when the Popeye cartoons where that character, or he was always eating hamburgers. Um, just forget his name.
Wimpy.
Wimpy.
Oh, yeah, he used to say like, "Oh, I'll do you a favor today," or oh, like, "I'll do you a favor for a hamburger today," or whatever. But he would like always, or I'll pay you for a hamburger today. I forget the quote exactly now, but yeah, he almost always had a bloody burger in his hand and eating it. He was in Popeye and stuff like that. That
Yeah,
character. I think he had his
yeah.
own show, but
Well, I remember it
yeah,
from Popeye, or this one particular cartoon of Popeye. That he always, hamburger. He was always managed to have a hamburger, But and they didn't seem that much bigger than his fist or his hand. But
yeah. No
this,
wonder he had to eat them all the time. Never filled him up.
I think he was drawn with a fairly pot belly too. So you know,
Mm.
but it just reminded me that the bird. I know people have done movies about this ages. Um, about how small the food's getting. I even know with
Right, yeah.
some of those muesli bars, they're getting smaller and smaller. It's just crazy.
I reviewed a bloody. I've known this for a while though, especially doing food reviews. But the last time I had a Mars bar, they're almost becoming what used to be the fun size. They're only a little bit bigger now. I don't know if it's 45 grams or something, but they used to be like, good 65 or more.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The Kit Kat Chunkies are becoming to the point where they're almost not that chunky anymore.
Mm,
They're just, yeah. But to answer AJ, of course, real meat from a carvery is going to be better any time because, I doubt McDonald's are using real meat when it comes to most of it. There's a lot of
yeah.
probably fillers and stuff in there.
Yep.
A lot of
Yeah.
pork snouts and cartilage and all sorts of stuff with a bit of seasoning to make it nice again. But yeah,
Yep.
you definitely
It's
can't beat the
food.
real stuff. Yeah. I love what Styles he says here. Who's too Aussie? Question mark. Don't know. Some people seem to know him.
I've never, I've never watched any of his stuff, but there again, I'm not into food reviews. I'm more into, you know, watching UFOs and things like that. So
Oh
I don't
yeah,
know.
I ended up
I don't
eating
know
them
if the
actually, but yeah,
I don't
maybe
know
I
if the
need to do UFOs in my videos.
I think you should. Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Mm. I'll say,
Yeah.
this is a short transmission from our alien overlords in the middle of a food review. See if it takes off.
Yeah. Well, you can always say that. Yeah, exactly that. The reptilian overlords told me to say this.
Yeah, if people start questioning, and I'll say, yeah, they must have mind controlled me and got me to do that.
Yeah. What is it on Futurama? That news presenter Zorg. Is it
Yeah,
Zorg?
yeah, yeah. And I reckon one time he just spazzes out and just loses his mind for some reason.
And then
Yeah,
the news lady beside him always laughs at whatever he says.
yeah.
Zorg
And he gets
says you
angry.
humans are puny and pathetic, and then they switch to her and, ha, yeah, you're right, Zorg.
Yeah. Well, I reckon Stylesy's onto something there. Brett, why don't you send G a super chat? That would be totally eats one now, wouldn't it? Yeah, Brett. Where are you, Brett? But also, I love oh bloody cunt. I'm sure someone will correct me. The aliens in The Simpsons, the big-headed aliens. And in one episode, they were the president. I think it was like, I don't know, it was, yeah, two different presidents and they were them, but they somehow just pushed themselves into these meat suits. And when they get out of it, they're these huge aliens. And yeah, they always used to entertain me.
Hmm,
Marbo is his name. There you go. I knew
that's
someone would.
it. Thank you,
Marbo.
Marbo. Yeah.
And Cody, let me know who the Simpsons aliens are. Mm.
Yeah, I'm not up with The Simpsons, and I'm not really up with Futurama, but I'm rewatching it, so playing catch up. So roughly about one episode a night, and there's 11 seasons, so that's going to take me a while. I might have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing that with The Walking Dead, but luckily Marbo is my daddy. But luckily, I started around about season 8 is when I dropped off last time. So I've gone through season. I'm on the last season now. They have 11 seasons. So yeah, it's taken me a while, obviously, to smash them out. They're
Yeah.
about 40 minutes odd episodes as well, longer than Futurama. But yeah, this day and age, I can just pause it where I left and then come back the next day or a few days and just watch it from the same place, which is great. Kang
Mm.
and Kodos, yeah. Yes, exactly. I don't know why. Sometimes when I come on these live streams, it's because I guess you're so distracted by it, all the stuff. You're overstimulated. Names like what's the name? What's the Simpsons? I haven't been up with Simpsons since season 10. Yeah, it's definitely like that. I wouldn't mind going back and maybe watch them, but that'd probably take a year to catch up with Simpsons. Like go from the start to what it is now. They've got like I think 35 seasons.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, what are they up to now?
Yeah, something like 35, I reckon. I
Today,
think we looked at it on a live stream before. Yeah.
today I was watching a commercial came up for what's her name for was it Paramount or
Yeah.
one of the streaming
Paramount.
services, and the new season of Halo is coming out in I think
Yeah.
February. So
Yeah, that's Paramount.
I'm looking forward to that because I watched this the series of Halo on Paramount a while back, and I quite enjoyed it. I haven't, and of course, I started looking into it to get the backstory. I know Halo's been around for ages, but yeah, there's a few people. You do a search for Halo on YouTube, and there's a few people doing a recap.
Yeah.
Outlining the history and things like that. What I like about it is just the way the armor and that. And I have seen a few people do it at Supernova and
Stuff, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it's just something different, and
I'm a little bit biased though because I'm a huge Halo fan. Because when I mentioned going from Sony to Microsoft or Xbox, Halo was basically one of the main reasons. Because I loved the Halo game, and back in the day, back when you used to be able to system link and LANs, back when internet was a little bit different. So you had wires going from an Xbox to an
yep,
Xbox, and friends would get together and set up different TVs, have your Xbox set up, and we'd all be having these sort of mass LAN games of Halo, and just
the old LAN
absolutely. But
parties, yeah. Are they gone by the
yeah.
wayside, or people still do them?
Oh well, they probably would, but I'd say really these days with just how good the internet is, even
Mm,
though our internet's not as good as some countries, but people just be doing it all online now.
yeah.
That's probably a little bit of a shame in a way because a slight bit of the social aspect is gone. Just
Yes.
actually in person with in
It,
person with them instead of
yeah.
these
E- even
webcams.
though even though you're playing this game, you get there and this the setting up and oh hi, how you going,
Yeah,
and then you talk about the different
yeah.
aspects of the game and so on. Is do
Mm.
you so what part of Halo are you into? Is it the TV series or is it the movies? I know there's been movies done, or is it?
Uh, I'm into most of it. I haven't got into the novels. There are some other games that aren't first person. They did a Halo Wars that was a strategy based game where you had to like build your base, and it's kind of like Age of Empires and stuff like that if you're familiar with it, or Command
Yeah,
and Conquer and those sort of real time strategy, I believe they call them. I know they've done comics and novels that I haven't really got into, but I've explored the universe quite a lot because the alien races and it's all quite in depth, and yeah, it's quite political, some of it. Where Master Chief, they're Spartans that are basically superhumans made to, they send them to planets to stop threats, all this stuff. Master Chief has always been one where he'll go against the grain. He's kind of, sometimes he'll get told not to do stuff and he'll go do it and all that
yeah.
stuff. He's the main character in most of the games.
Mm.
And just the voice actor who does the voice of Master Chief in the games does an excellent job. And yeah,
It
just I love
is.
the story. To me, it's kind of a little bit in the vein of like Star Wars and stuff like that. How it's a very rich environment with
Mhm.
there's a lot going on where if you delve into it, and yeah, there'd be plenty of people that know way more than me, but I do
Is
classify myself as a bit of a fan, yeah, for sure.
the guy that does the voice in the games, is that the same guy that does the voice in the TV series, or is it different?
No, he doesn't. And one thing in the TV series that grinded my gears a little bit is Master Chief never basically takes off his helmet.
Yeah, so a bit like
They did it.
Mandalorian, sort of, so to speak.
Yeah, exactly. And I guess they've done it in the series just so you had something to relate to more. But obviously, the really big Halo fans would know that Spartans normally, don't take off their helmets, and
Hmm.
they, I guess it'd make it hard if he wants to have, a drink. If he wants to sip his tea like Kermit, he'd start going like that to his helmet. But yeah, they did that in obviously Mandalorian as well, and people was a little bit annoyed that he took off his helmet. But for a TV series, I guess you can understand it. In the Mandalorian, they kind of did do it for a reason, and then they incorporated obviously in the later series of him kind of being punished or him having repercussions for doing that as well, like not being a
See,
true Mandalorian.
yeah, I've been, I just, I'm one of these people that watch the movies or watch the show. I've never really
Mm,
gotten to the lore of it, and when I
yeah.
hear people talking about, oh, they've changed this is not right, and so on, a lot of that
Mm,
stuff just goes over my head. And I understand how people get invested in a character. I have got invested in characters before, but not to the not to the extent that some people have. So, oh, look at that! Congratulations, you've received 100 messages.
ah, is that what that was? And yeah, I think I got rid of it as it popped up on the screen.
Yeah, it's still on screen here, so it's another
Okay.
little incentive. So, I haven't done anything with my restream for last few weeks, just because we got so much going on here at home, So, every time I think about doing something, I think, oh, I'm just too tired.
That's fair enough, and that's why it's good that you got that huge, 50% off, and you like a couple of times this crossed my mind. I'm like, yeah, super happy or whatever that I don't have to worry about a payment until the end of next year.
Mm,
It's just
mm,
one less worry and one less that needs to come out and budget for that and the
yep.
rest of it. I
When
think
once,
StreamYard was about $40 every 4 weeks. So
yeah, once things settle down here at home and all this craziness is done, then yeah, I'll start doing something a bit more serious. But yeah, it is what it is. Are you still happy with Restream? I mean,
yeah, they did. I did notice they have a. I don't know if you can see it because, but they have this. It's not the best, but they put a holiday theme in there. I did have a quick
mm,
look. I don't think they did it to. Oh, yeah, they have some new backgrounds here as well, actually, which are
oh, yeah,
Christmassy ones. So that
mm,
would be kind of cool. That one I quite like. Yeah, so I did have a quick muck around, but I only just yeah. So that's cool. Just again, I'm not sure if StreamYards would be adding new stuff for Christmas. I kind of like this one is a little
mm,
bit festive.
mm.
Yeah, doesn't look like they've done any video clips, so they're the countdown timers and stuff. Overlays, it doesn't look like they have, but also they did this so the if you can see the font is now cursed a little bit,
Yeah, yeah,
our names and stuff.
mm,
So it has a little snowman. It's holidays, it's called, and yeah, it's changed obviously the text at the bottom, our names and stuff.
if
I
you
did put this
if
on when I
you
first started. I just thought it was a little bit harder for people to read, so I did
yeah,
jump back onto that.
if you click on the music, they've got a Christmas music you can play in the background. I've
Oh,
I
yeah.
played around with that the other day when I was doing the live stream from the truck. So
Very jazzy. Might turn it down a bit, but leave it on
yeah,
for everyone. Just we was talking about getting into the spirit, so there you go, everyone. There's ho 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 and all that. Whatever
getting
they
into
forget
the
to say.
getting in. into the spirit or spirits?
Yeah, I've only got the beers at the moment.
Oh, that's
Suppose they've
that's
been
right.
called a suppose they've been called a bully and an alcoholic. So yeah, I might give it a chill for a second. We'll have a couple of beers tonight. Maybe I better not, in case I can start talking stuff about everyone again, bullying people and the rest of it.
You
You
could
know
make
what
your
I
own.
do.
You could make your own song. Love to have a beer with AJ. You know.
Yeah. Oh, well, I started to make
Or,
a song earlier, but yeah, might get striked for copyright. The old Rudolph
mm,
the Red-Nosed Individual.
yeah, yeah. I'd love to have a beer with Stylesy. Who you know?
Yeah. Just having a quick look at what these crazy guys are saying. This is a comment that I did put on a screen earlier, but yeah, fair enough. The old helmet. I see that your
Stuff
Schwartz is as big as
getting
mine.
oh, it's-
I went over my helmet.
oh yeah.
You woke the dog up. Uh-oh. Did I say snacks again?
our dog when when the timer goes off on the oven, like
Uh,
she'll that's dinner time. That ding. Of course, obviously she can smell way more than what we can. But when the dinger goes off, it's like, yep, come on, let's go. It's dinner time. I love
I
them.
might my dog on the new Xbox, you can go into the old Xbox and it basically has a different sound and it sets it up differently. And my dog used to always react to the load up sound of the old Xbox, how it like have a certain sound. It would sort of
Mm,
sound almost like an engine like turning up. And yeah, even years later, when he hears that sound, he'll be like, "Oh, I remember that," and start reacting to it. And just yeah, they very much remember sounds and just yeah, they're triggered by them as well. I guess
yeah,
that's why I had the click training for dogs, and certain noise will be able to sort of get their attention. You said her name. I talked about the old Jazzy. Get jazzing up the stream a bit.
one night, yeah. Cheers, Stylesy. One night I should grab a beer or two. I see Great Northern are doing a ginger beer, so
Oh, I had that on my birthday. That was lovely.
yeah, I might have to give that a go. Don't mind the old ginger beer, so might have one of those. I'm just not a big drinker, and I'll have the occasional drink, but yeah, just don't. I might have one, maybe two at the most, sort of thing. So
Yeah, funny enough, people were saying that I'm an alcoholic or whatever, but yeah, I didn't drink for years. Only to say maybe the last 3 4 years, I would used to only have it if we have a get together, Christmas, a birthday. If we go to have a pub meal, I'll grab a drink. It was really just doing those Saturday nights, and Roger and other people would have drinks. I thought, oh, I might grab one here and there, and
mm,
obviously I've made a bit of a plonk of myself, but as I've said, I can do that without drinking. I don't need the drink to act like a complete twat. But yeah, it's just and last stream, I think I only had 4 or 5 beers, so
mm,
I've still had another 6 pack in the fridge. I just didn't feel the need to get into it, and I'm sure there'll be sometimes I won't get into drinks, but yeah, like it would be good, especially like if you grab some stage, if we sort of decide to do a stream on yours or mine and just have a couple, and no doubt we'll do what we normally do, but just have a drink and get into the festivities, the season, the jolly
mm.
jolly old ho 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 and all that.
That's it. That's it. Oh boy, I I'm gonna have to go. I'm running out of steam real quick. So
No problem at all.
sorry.
Funny enough, I did think I might wrap it up here. Get it?
Sorry to
That's what's
sorry to
happening.
keep yawning on your live stream here, but I'm just I'm buggered.
No, that's fine.
If you wanna keep going, I'll just bugger off, But it's up to you.
Oh, I could either wrap it up here, or if you want to head off, and I'll just have a bit of a chat with the guys and
All right,
mind
yeah,
bounce.
I might go and just jump in the Millennium Falcon here and
Blast off. Yeah.
blast off and hit the autopilot and dream into Wonderland. So thanks for having me on, G. It's always good to have a chat with you. Thanks to everyone in the chat, and I'll get back to doing some live streams sooner or later. I should probably do a live stream about the new toy I got. So anyway, thanks,
Yeah,
guys. Thanks, everyone. Have a
definitely would
good
be
one.
good. All right. Appreciate it, Mark, and you're always welcome here. You know that, and thank you very much. We'll speak to you soon.
No worries. Thanks, bye. And I'll hit the right button this time.
Dexter, if you're watching.
Yeah.
And there it goes. That's the old steam train Mark, the old Mark Shed Talk, the old Spaceman Mark, as for some reason I seem to be calling him more these days. I guess everyone knows that normally I come up with silly nicknames for people. Yeah, I'm sure we'll see more of Mark at some stage over the festivities. But yeah, good night, take care. Night. All right, so I did say this a while ago, I was gonna do a Discord hangout. Is anyone interested in hanging out in Discord for a little bit? Or if not, I can do this for a little bit more and then we will say our goodbyes. Bloody Becky's in his bath, relaxing. Oh, I love it. After a busy day, there's nothing like a bit of a rubber tub in the tub, is there? Rubber dub? That's more what it is. Yeah, I haven't even had my din-dins yet, so the old dog, the dog's awake but laying on his bed. Yeah, I'm starting. It's good that Mark came on because I would have probably had to duck off for another drink because the old mouth is starting to get the old deserties, the old cotton mouth, Cotton Eye Joe, and all that stuff. Mouth is a little bit. It's funny. It's not quite dry, but I could do with a little bit of liquid. Yeah, I might head off there, guys. Becky's in the bath has become a regular part of your streams, G. Funkin' hilarious. Whoops, I meant to put that up and then put this one up. Don't fall asleep in the bath, Becky. Yeah, especially if I'm heading off now. He doesn't have entertainment or someone to annoy him and keep him awake now. How was Soul doing? Yeah, he's pretty good. Cheers, Cody. He's all right. Most of the time he's just sleeping down there. He gets up for his food and the rest of it. But yeah, he's not doing too bad. He's actually been behaving quite well. I've been quite impressed with him lately. I won't, says Becky. But yeah, he's all right. Not too bad. But yeah, after being called a bully and an alcoholic, I might have to end my stream there. I'm sure we had plenty of eyes on us tonight, if you know what I'm saying. I'm sure plenty of people were lurking and watching. So hello for all the people that will be. I'll be over on Discord, man. Would be great if you guys could make it too. Yeah, if anyone here, we don't have to be on there too long or whatever. But yeah, if you want to head over and have a bit of a chat with each other on Discord. I'm sure if Becky wants to go over there, I'm sure he can splash around in his bath as he listens to us talk. All right, then I'll I'll end that here. We've gone for 2.5 hours, which is pretty good. Plenty of lurkers and jerkers and all in between tonight. That's definitely correct. You know, there'll be plenty of jerk offs and lurk offs in the background there. They're probably still here now, a few of them, but you've got to love them. Okay, so how are we going to do this? So I appreciate you watching the live stream, and we will see you on another live stream in the near future. Take care, everyone, and I'll speak to you